Was it the hour of time? Horace, Sir Ho, H2O, 8 and 15, 23 creation, 72 times. 72 times 5 is the reality of the 365 degrees of the clock moving around in a day. 72 can stand for 24 hours and 3 days. But Horace and Harry, is it the firstborn? Because I heard they have to hide the firstborn. It should have been the second son, because there's two sons, the red sun and the yellow sun. A red sun and a yellow sun makes an orange sun. Orange sun says, caution on the highway, there's construction down the road. Watch out, we're in a school's pass. So it could have been the second son from the Moses. My brother is sort of named after Aaron, and my brother's Hebrew name is Ron. I'm Ron. The heir of Ron is Martin. Martin always reminded me of two things, Moses and Hayton, Horus, and Satan. I'm Raphael from Rachel, the second son, born after the first son. The first son was red. The second son was yellow, born to the earth. The first son was born to the sky. Horus, time out, Pharaoh's son. Time of Moses, 50 times 47. Could have been 56 by 47, 2632. And the minimum is 47. 47 is 2209, leaving a distance and a separation of 423 years. 423 years from 47 by 47 to 56 by 47. The difference is 9. 9 times 47, 9 by 40 is 360 degrees. 9 by 7 is 63 degrees. 423 is the difference. 2269, because 47 by 47 is 2209. 2269 to 2632. I would have to go now 63. I would go 363. 363, creation of 2754, the second son, the son of Sut, of 8, HU 29, IT 29, 58. 26 and 32, 58. Creation of the 9 by 2 birth. In the year 5724, 3092 from here. If we go from the first time of Moses to 5724, we get 3,525 years. 3525 and 5775 equals to 100 and equals to 110. 100 would bring in the light, 161, because all zeros get 6, one spirit of the light. The distance from the last birth of Moses of 2350 to 57 is 3,374. 3374, Jesus Christ Mass. The difference between the first time and the last time of somebody born to 1963. If we take it from the last part of Moses, 2350, to the year 5775, we get 5775, we get 3,400 equals 1. 75 equals 25. We get 3,475. Says one egg. Says the DC egg, because 75 represents 3/4 or an egg. 6 and 8, man 6 reverse. 3 and 3 is 4 and 4, 8. 4334 is hot water and cold water. It's also red and blue. It's also the 34th and 43rd president, and 43 times 47 is 2021. 6 years from now. But man is 6, so all he does with an outstretched arm, he touches 2021. And in 2016, the year of the light, is the passage of 5776, which touches the egg of 5775 and the outstretched arm of 5777. 777, 5777. 7 and 7 equals 343. By 5 is 1500. And 200 is 1700. And 15. 1715, the queen rests on her egg. 32 is the doorway. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals F. Did I make a mistake? Maybe. Will you notice? If you're counting, I'd have to look back to know myself. But I'm pretty much correct on what I assume I did. Let me take a look at it. Yeah, it looks all right to me. Have you ever seen this? James Bond, 007, 677, 767, 55, 55, 110. 7-to-1 odds. What is that? 6 or 8-to-1 odds. The hard ways. Let's get the hard ways when we play 7-11. 7-11 is 7 and 2. I came up here to talk about something. I'm not really sure what I came to talk about. Wanted to talk about that second son and what Pharaoh's second son was. Pharaoh coming back. If we have a Pharaoh at the beginning, we Pharaohed the lands at the end, but there were no more farmers in the field. It was machinery. Machinery. And you were guided. You were guided. We were coursed. We were coursed and guided by those who ran the land. Although we had the machinery in the field, we had nothing to do with great big sales. And if the sales weren't good and the price went down, we couldn't pay for the machinery, we lost our field and could no longer farm our lands. Where the seeds were taken over great companies one by one, time and period over time period. But let's leave it the way it is. I think I've said enough and too much already. It's been late. 61, yes, I remember what I wanted to say. That within 60 is 10, and 60 becomes 40, and 60 becomes 30. This is the moon. In French, 60 and 70 become the moon. 70 becomes the wings that fly within the moon, and this is the angels that pass the moon. 6-6 and 4-6. If we're going forward and backwards, let's say 0 would go to 46. And on the other side of 60, we'll go to 4. And we'll play 0, 4, minus and plus. If we're going actually minus and plus, we should be going to 54 over here, which would be the son of 46 of Zion, Israel. So there's two ways to look at this. These two numbers that run together, this is blue fire. Red, this is blue fire. Blue, 40. Fire, 40. 60 is orange. 40. Number 4, the word 4 is 60. Blue is 40, orange is 60. 70 and 30 equals 121, 7 and 3. 0 and 0 equals 64 and 64. 34 and 34. 68 within this design over here. This creates your moon. This creates the crown. This is the heaven. 80 and 90 go together. 8 and 9 is 17. The gateway. Game me. The sun. M-E. 135 says sun. The orange ball and pool. 80 and 28 and 2 is time heaven. 9 and 1 is the angel spirit. Artificial intelligence. 90 and 80 is 170. 180, 190, 200. 266, 262. 26, 62. The queen. Stand on 17. But 13 is bar mitzvah. 6 and 7, 60, et 10, 60 et 17, 60 et 18, 60 et 19, 180 and 54, 234 in the group of 70, because what I just said is 60 and 10 and 7, 60 and 10 and 8, but that was in the 70 group, but it's expressed in the 60 group, because the 60 group is the balance of the federation between 4, 5, and 6. 80 and 90. When we want to say 90, we say 80 and 10. 80 and 10 plus 7, 80 and 10 plus 8, 80 and 10 plus 9. 90 or 80 is 240. 30. 240 at plus 30 plus 24. 30 and 24 is the day of the sun. 686 is the money in Monopoly. 6 by 6 is 36. 240 and 8 by 6 is 48 is 288. Is that what it is? Is that 288? Is that your 2 weeks of the Mayan? 80 becomes 86. This will say 420. 80 means 420. So if you're looking for weed, it lands in here. So if weeds are growing in your head, this is right here. 80 says 4. The word stands for time heaven. 82, heaven's time, reversed. 20, if this is the way you spell it, is 72, or 27 red, or 72 by 5 degrees, turn around in 360 degrees. 54, the sun, day of the sun, which reverts to how they say it in French, lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I give you half a story. Take it a little bit further, ask me a question, I'll go a little bit deeper. I should sit down and I'm going to go deeper into something tomorrow and bring it out here. Right now I just want to open up the can of worms and go fishing Let's go fishing together. I bring out a story, you bring me back another story. We'll talk about the story. We'll bring this into the future. Because this is it, my friends. This is it. What day is it today? 23rd of March. 15th year. We've reached the last two parts of the pool. The next time we're going to have this date is only going to be in December. On December 23rd. In one day, we reflect Jesus. The birth of Jesus is tomorrow reflection. There is no other. Unless you add 2 plus 4 tomorrow equals 6. That would be June. The 15th year, that would be June 6th. 666. And at the same time, there's a race going in the Derby for the King of Kings, for the horses. They're looking for the Derby hat. They're looking for the Preakness to Belmont. They're looking for all those races at Churchill Downs, and it's 666 this year. They run it in 666. I said 122nd day, but if I reflect on myself, May 22nd is the 142nd day, which says Bad Cat. And I think it's 14 days later, which would be 156. They would run on the day of Aleph. And I'm not sure if it's 15 or 21 days later, which is 175th day, if I reflect properly, they'd be running on the day of the egg. Horses and horsepower. You see this in my head? They split my head. They built us separately. See that? At the end of that, somewhere in there is the pineal gland. I got a lot of red. I can't stop touching my paintbrush. But somehow, this belongs to my mother. That somehow belongs to my father, but I have to use it well. I have no choice, because guess what? They gave it to me for life. Thank you very much, Pops. See you next week. My mother is going to be 72 years old. She turns the time, 1943. My father's born in 38. He is 76 years old. This year he's going to be 77. My mother's 72, 149. The gates go green. Will we learn the truth about this planet at any one time? Have any of these numbers, these calculators and positions, any reality that I have done? 4,000 or close to 4,000 videos. Is there any truth in this world at all that astronomy and astrology and the planets and the moons actually have a real cycle? That over time, just like that, we ended up on Earth, and then the planets seem to go all the way around because they were stuck there, like they're never going to go anywhere else. Not this world, my friends. Not where we are, my friends. This world we're in, they built this thing. They built Nuns Island. They built this world. On rock and roll. And then they tied down the dreadnoughts. They smoked their weed, their ganja to keep everything together and to have a good time. There was no mental capacity. There was only smiling faces back then, and otherwise they were throwing wooden hammers at each other. Knocking each other in the head. Hey Fred, where you going? You're fighting with Barney again? Let's get Gazoo and see what's happening. I'll just watch Bugs Bunny and pick up a few more things. Levette, I'm sorry I don't get to watch very many of your videos. Messer, I don't get to watch very many of your videos. And whoever else, I didn't mention your name, I'm really sorry. But it's hard. It's hard. I mean, I don't want to say it's hard because it wouldn't be fair to anybody because it's difficult for anybody. But if anybody has any time, the minute I look at somebody's video, I go, oh my God, I know, I understand. I have to make a video about what they made a video about or something in it. Whatever I touch, I seem to bring to a different level. If there's any level of any value in those levels, then it means something. But if there's no value, it means nothing. Am I breaking codes? Of course not. Did you say I broke a code? I wouldn't have known. Only you can know what I do. I just do it. Raphael 7286 on a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you.